What's going on, guys? What is going on? You know what we doing over here. You know what we doing over here. You already know what we doing over here. You know we cruising over here. Where the cruisers at? Where my cruisers at? Where my cruisers at? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, family? I want to welcome you guys back to the channel. If this is your first time stopping by and you're enjoying this content, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. So today I'm going to be talking about my review on the Voyager of the Seas. In this cruise ship review, I'm going to talk about all my experiences on the Voyager of the Seas. How I'm going to do this review is through my step-by-step process. The reason I do this is so there is a baseline so every ship that I'm on gets an equal and honest review. Now, I took this cruise out of Galveston port on the Voyager of the Seas. It was my first time traveling with the Voyager of the Seas. I mean, it was a very exciting trip. We went to Cozumel. The Voyager of the Seas was launched in November 27, 1998. It cost $650 million to build. The ship weighs 137,276,000 tons. The ship holds 3,600 total passengers. It has a total of 15 decks. Now, in this review, I'll be going over number 1, the ship. Number 2, food. Number 3, entertainment. Number 4, the ports. Number 5, crew. And number 6, the director. So we'll go ahead and get into it for us, the ship. Well, the ship is kind of older model ship, launched back in 1998. Upon getting on the ship for as my embarkation day, I must say the ship was nice. It was clean. Even though it's over 25 years old, it really don't look like that once you're aboard the ship. So like I said, we got there, the ship was already there. It was ready to go, ready to take us on our voyage. And like I said, I didn't really have too much gripes about the ship. It was beautiful. It was neat. It was clean. So the overall for me, being on the Voyager of the Seas, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I didn't really have no issues with the ship. Now, you may have some issues getting to Galveston because it's like one street. Take one street to get to the port. But other than the traffic and trying to actually get to the port, I didn't have any issues for us with the ship. So now we're going to go into food. On the Voyager of the Seas, it is home to many complimentary places where you can go and it's free. The food is free. And then you have some areas where it will be an upcharge where you will have to pay. So the complimentary dining is the main dining room area, the Windjammer buffet, the cafe promenade, and our room service. So the main dining, a lot of people is unaware that when you get on a cruise ship, you don't necessarily have to go to the buffet area. You can go to the main dining area every evening and set your time, and they'll go ahead and book your table and everything, and you can sit there and be served. If that's something that you're into and you want to do, you don't have to go down there and be rambling around for the buffet. But in some cases, people love the buffet because they maybe want to go to a show and they can just run to the buffet, get some quick 30 minutes, and then report to the show if you're not looking to sit in the main dining room area about an hour and a half waiting on your food. And in the promenade area, they have a cafe in the promenade area. It's right next to the pizza, where you get your pizza at. The Cafe Promenade is also free. You can get sandwiches from there. They have the coffee, they have fruits, donuts, bagels. That is open 24/7, so you can go there and get your little desserts and snacks throughout the day or in the middle of the night. Then they have, of course, the pizza. You can get the pizza. It's free. I think the pizza, I think they stay open until about 2 o'clock in the morning. So those are some of the restaurants on the Voyage of the Seas that is complimentary. Now, some of the specialty restaurants are the Izumi, the Chops Grill, Giovanni's Table, and Chef's Table. So Izumi is like a Japanese little restaurant. You can go there, order your food, and then they'll bring it to you, but it is an upcharge. Chops Grill is where you can go in and get you a nice big ribeye or T-bone steak. I think it's about, from Sandy Creek, about $35 or $40 for the whole meal, so you don't have to worry about being overly charged. It's a reasonable price, but it is an upcharge. And then you have your Giovanni's Table, where you can go and get your Italian restaurants, Italian foods and stuff like that, if that's something that you're into. And then you have the Chef's Table, where you can sit and eat with the chefs. It will be an upcharge. So those are some of the restaurants where you will have to pay an upcharge if you're not looking to be at the Windjammer Buffet. I would like if Royal Caribbean had a little more places where you can go and you wouldn't have to pay, but for right now, that's what they have. I ate at the main dining room area every night, so I must say I had a wonderful time on the Voyage of the Seas. The food was great. I had a server each night, the same service, so I knew the young man by name. His name was Frederick. So that's something that you want to do, you can. If one evening out of the couple of days you're there, you want to go and check out one of the specialty restaurants, I would say Chops Grill would be a place you might want to check out for a steak and maybe a lobster to go with your meal. So like I said, with the foods, I didn't have any issues as far as the food. The food was great. It tasted very fine. Service was A1. So for me, the foods for the Voyage of the Seas was a 4 for me. I didn't have any issues for us with the food. So now we're going to go into entertainment. Now, the entertainment, I must say, was okay. I had to be honest. It was okay. In my opinion, I thought Royal Caribbean could have had more shows, or possibly at least one show per day. So if you're on the cruise for 4 nights, I thought they could at least had one show to entertain you while being on the cruise. Now, what I can say I love about Royal Caribbean is that they always had something for you to do. So if you was not into shows, I'm big on shows, but they had on their itinerary every hour, every 30 minutes, it was something to do on the ship. So that right there, impressed me, because I found myself kind of running around, my head chopped off. Okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. I want to do this, but I think I want to do that. So they had plenty for you to do. If you have kids, they had things for the children to do at certain times. They had things for the adults to do at certain times. They had things where you could come together as a family. You could do it together as a family. The entertainment, they had so much to do. I did not get tired. I did not get bored. So I'm going to give Voyage of the Seas a 4 for me for its entertainment. Now we're going to talk about ports. Well, I was on just a 4-day cruise out of Galveston, and it took us to one port. took us to Cozumel. Now, I don't have an issue with going to Cozumel. I love Cozumel. You can go there 15, 20 times. You can find something different to do, different places to eat every time you go, so you wouldn't get bored. I just, would like if Royal Caribbean would take you to more than just one port. I think they could maybe sneak 2 ports in where you have a better experience for its different ports, for its Cozumel, and then maybe the next day Expresso or Yucatan, or however they decide to do it. But I think they should add one more port in to that 4-day cruise. Other cruise lines have 4-day cruise and they take you to 2 ports, a minimum of 2 ports. So coming out of the south, I would wish that Royal Caribbean can start adding an additional port to that 4-day cruise. On their 7-day cruise out of Galveston, of course they have more than one port. They go to 3 ports on the 7-day cruise. I just wish they would add one more port to that 4-day cruise, just to make it a little more exciting for us while being on the ship. Have somewhere extra to go and experience different cultures, different types of foods. So the ports for me was a 3, because they only take you to 1 port on the 4-day cruise. Maybe moving forward, Royal Caribbean will change that. So now we're going to go to crew. Boy, look at here. When I say the Voyage of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, they know how to make the guests feel comfortable, feel at home. They are specialists with that. I had no gripes with the crew. They was nice. They was excited to be on the ship. They was excited to help you with whatever you needed. I had no gripes with the crew. They came in, they cleaned your room. The young lady that was cleaning my room, she even gave me a bottle of wine and strawberries and chocolate dipped strawberries. And I called her, hey, whoa, I don't want to eat this because I didn't pay for this. And he said, no. That's a gift from me. Thank you so much. So, like I say, for me, the crew was a 5. They did an outstanding job. Anytime you asked a crew member for anything, it was important to them. They stopped what they were doing to assist you to get you on the way or whatever you needed from them. Now, the last and final thing that I'll be discussing is the director. Now, I'm normally on Carnival cruises, and how they say Carnival is the fun ship, which I totally agree. The directors on the Royal Caribbean seem to be a little different than the directors on Carnival Cruise Line. On Carnival, you're there with the director. You can approach the director. You can have conversations with the director. The director seems to be more inclined with the guests throughout the cruise. Royal Caribbean, they seem to do it differently, where the director comes out, gives information, and he's gone or she's gone. And so I didn't get that interaction with the director on the Voyage of the Seas as I had gotten on other cruise lines, for as asking questions or getting general information about the cruise, the ship, or what was going on or what they had going on. So the director, for me, not saying he was a bad director, he just didn't interact with the guests for as what I saw. Every other cruise line I've ever been on, I've been able to meet the director, have a conversation with the director, and see the director throughout the cruise 2, 3, 4 different times. This director on the Voyage of the Seas, for whatever reason, I did not see him. I saw him maybe twice at a show, coming out introducing the people on the show, and it seemed like he had disappeared. So for me, I'm going to get a director a 3.5 for as what I saw. But what I can say for the Voyage of the Seas to be one of Royal Caribbean's older ships and smaller ships, if it's something that you're looking to do, I would highly advise it. My only gripe was the port. Most cruise lines now giving you a minimum of 2 ports when you go out for us on your cruise. For some reason, they're doing the one port here out of Galveston, and maybe moving forward, Royal Caribbean would change that. But hey, neither here or there. But that's my review. Thank you guys for stopping by. Just getting my honest opinion about my review on the Voyager of the Seas. Like I said, I had a wonderful time. I am looking to book another Voyager of the Seas cruise. It's definitely coming out of Galveston. So with me living in Houston, it's more simpler for me just to ride down the street and to go get on the ship. I had a wonderful time. So if this is something that you guys enjoyed, please feel free to support the channel. Please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys on the next go round. You guys take care. I love each and every one of you guys. Yeah, have a good day. Peace.